Living in the present, living in the moment, working out of what you have access to at that particular point in time. If you are someone who is struggling with lifting, if you're someone who's struggling with your position at work or a recreation or a pastime, you catch yourself in the moment creating mistakes, but you somehow feel as if you've already made the mistake. Now I just have to stay in that mistake and see it through. The thought, you just keep getting caught in that loop to where you keep making the same mistake over and over again. You're conscious of the fact that you make the mistake, but for whatever reason you get caught in the loop of, well, I'm already here now, I'm just going to get through it. But then after the fact, you have all of this shame and guilt and frustration. Well, why did I not just change it? Why did I not just fix it at that moment in time? And a lot of people might find this to be very frustrating and depressing, and you start to feel kind of hopeless to where you can't fix these small problems. And I'm here to tell you that you can spin this into a positive thing, and I'm going to tell you why you can spin it into a positive thing. But from the aspect of living in your problems, even though you're conscious of what's causing them. It reminds me of a Les Brown story where he goes to a friend's house and his dog is sitting on the porch, and as he's talking to his friend, the dog is howling. And after a while, Les asks his friend, why is your dog howling? And the friend looks down and he says, because he's sitting on a nail. And Les says, well, why doesn't he just get up? And the man says, well, it doesn't hurt enough for him to get up. It just hurts enough for him to complain. And there's a lot of people to where they'll be in a situation where there's just enough discomfort in that situation for them to complain or be vocal about it, but not enough discomfort for them to actually do something about it. And it isn't until you've been through that enough times over and over again to where you will either do something about it or sit in that discomfort forever. To me, you're not living in the present when it comes to that type of mind state. If you were living in the present, you would recognize that I'm creating this discomfort, I'm creating this problem, I have the power to fix it in real time, but the decision's already made, I'm just going to sit in it. So you're living literally in the past, even though as the seconds go by, it feels like you're living in the present, but as the seconds go by, everything real fast turns into the past. So you've made that decision 30 seconds ago, that's now the past. And you think to yourself, well, I'm already here, I already made the decision, I'm just going to sit in it, and whatever happens, happens. But then after it happens, you reflect on it and you get frustrated and you act as if you have no power to remedy that situation. But what I want you to know is that doesn't have to be a negative thing. The fact that you know what the problem is, the fact that you're conscious of it, means that you are capable of fixing it. That's very empowering. Knowing the problem and knowing that you are capable of fixing it is very empowering. So you need to look at it like that. It's not a problem in relation to something's going wrong at my meetings, something's going wrong at the gym, something's going on in my relationship, something's happening in this process and I don't have the slightest clue what it is. It's evading me, and then that is the opposite of empowering. That makes you feel helpless. It makes you feel as if there's no way out of it. That is something to worry about. But in this particular situation, you know what the problem is. You've avoided it in the past, but now you're in this rut to where you're just falling into that pattern of dealing with it over and over again. And I'm telling you, the fact that you know what the problem is and you've been able to get yourself out of that pattern in the past is very empowering, because you know it is possible to get yourself out of that rut. So that should be very empowering to you. Living in the present, acknowledging that you are in a problem and that you have the ability to take care of it, should be very empowering to you. And maybe the next time when this problem arises, you think to yourself, I have the problem, or I have the knowledge and the equipment and the things at my disposal to fix this problem because I fixed it before and I'm conscious of what it is. So don't be frustrated if you find yourself in this rut. You'll either get to a point where the discomfort is meaningful enough to you to where it's going to cause a reaction to where you never want to deal with it again, so you're just going to do something about it. Or you realize that I understand the problem, I am empowered, I know how to fix it because I have fixed it, and then you will fix it in real time. So the next time you're dealing with a situation like this, whether it be at the gym, at work, school, relationships, whatever it may be, if you find yourself in that cycle, stop, live in the moment, understand that you have the power to fix this, and you will.